What if I told you that waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. isn't just chance? You open your eyes. The digital display reads 3:42 a.m. again. Your heart accelerates slightly. You're not fully conscious, but you sense something is unusual. This isn't mere restlessness. It's a warning signal. Your physique is attempting to convey something significant about your well-being, emotions, or even your vitality. In this presentation, I will dissect 5 crucial actions you must take when you awaken at this hour. Point number 3 is an error many individuals commit, and it might explain why you have difficulty returning to slumber. Remain attentive because once you grasp this, your evenings and your mornings will undergo a transformation. Refrain from compelling sleep. Execute this instead. You awaken. The clock illuminates 3:17 a.m. That well-known surge of annoyance overwhelms you. You've experienced this previously. Your brain shifts into calculation mode. If I doze off at this moment, I'll still achieve 3 hours of rest. Wait, no, 2.5. Oh no, now it's merely 1. Panic ensues. Your heart accelerates slightly. Your thoughts rush. You shift, you turn, and the more diligently you attempt to fall back asleep, the more alert you become. Sound familiar? Here's the reality no one communicates. The most detrimental action you can take at this instant is to try to force sleep. Why? Because the more worried you get, the more your system generates cortisol, the stress chemical that signals to your brain, we're in danger. Stay alert. It's similar to pressing the brakes while flooring the accelerator. You're only exacerbating the situation. However, here's the positive news. You have the ability to break this pattern, and it commences with a basic alteration. Step 1. Adjust your position. Cease lying there in defeat. Sit up gently.
No abrupt movements. No irritation.
Simply a gradual change. Support your back against your pillow. This minor adjustment transmits a signal to your brain. I'm in command. I'm not simply lying here helpless. Have you ever observed that when you're lying awake in your bed, time appears to stretch on endlessly? That's because your brain connects your bed with struggle instead of relaxation. Though by modifying your position, you're disrupting that association. You're indicating to your mind, this is no longer a battleground. Step 2. Reset your breathing. Now that you've adjusted your posture, let's discuss your respiration. Because at this moment, whether you recognize it or not, it's likely shallow and rapid, contributing to your stress response. Attempt this. Inhale deeply through your nostrils for 4 seconds. Sense your abdomen expand. Hold your breath for 6 seconds. Permit the air to settle within you. Exhale gradually through your mouth for 8 seconds. Visualize yourself blowing out a candle. Prolonged, consistent, regulated. Perform this 3 times. This isn't merely a relaxation technique. It's supported by scientific evidence. This manner of breathing triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, the component of your physique accountable for rest and digestion. It decreases your heart rate, diminishes cortisol, and signals to your brain, we're secure. We can unwind now. Step 3. Reinterpret the wake-up call. Now let's reverse the scenario. The majority of individuals panic when they awaken at 3 a.m. They perceive it as an inconvenience, a failure, an issue to resolve. However, what if you perceived it as a communication? Because here's something intriguing. Numerous brilliant individuals throughout history, including Gregory Bell, Walter Scott, and Theodore Roosevelt, intentionally awoke at this hour to access their clearest thinking. This period between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is recognized in numerous cultures as a period of enhanced intuition and lucidity. Therefore, instead of resisting it, what if you embraced it? Instead of tossing and turning, you devoted a few moments to simply sit in tranquility? Is your mind racing? Keep a notepad beside your bed and document whatever is occupying your thoughts. Concerns, concepts, reflections, even a shopping list. This straightforward action declutters your mind and conveys to your brain, I've recorded this. I don't need to continue contemplating it. Feeling restless? Perform a gentle neck rotation, shoulder extension, or even a gradual yawn. These subtle motions alleviate tension and reset your nervous system. The reality: no one informs you. Sleep isn't something you can compel. It's something you permit. When you awaken at 3 a.m., you have two choices: panic, descend into frustration, and ensure you remain awake longer, or accept it, modify your mindset, and utilize this time to gently guide yourself back into repose. Now, here's where it becomes even more fascinating. Waking up at this hour might actually be your system attempting to communicate something significant. In the subsequent segment, I'll reveal the concealed messages behind these awakenings and how to rectify them. Is your physique transmitting a warning? Examine these 3 indicators. You awaken between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. repeatedly. You attempt to dismiss it. You reassure yourself it's simply another restless night. However, deep down you ponder, why does this persist in occurring? Here's a realization most individuals don't have. Your system might be endeavoring to caution you. These early awakenings aren't consistently arbitrary. In actuality, they can be a manifestation of an underlying health problem, one that, if disregarded, could commence impacting your vitality, concentration, and overall well-being. Therefore, how do you determine if your physique is struggling? Pay close attention to these 3 crucial indicators. If you're encountering even one of them, your system is requesting assistance. Indicator number 1: elevated heart rate. You awaken, and abruptly your heart is pounding. There was no nightmare, no loud sound, but your chest constricts, your pulse is rapid, and a sensation of unease envelopes you. This isn't merely a poor habit. This might be your system's stress reaction in overdrive. Diminished blood sugar. If your blood sugar decreases excessively overnight, your system discharges adrenaline to compensate, abruptly awakening you. Overactive neurological system. Excessive caffeine, alcohol, or stress during the day can maintain your system in a state of high alert, even when you're attempting to sleep. How to rectify it? If this occurs frequently, attempt consuming a protein-rich snack prior to bed, such as a handful of almonds or Greek yogurt. This can aid in stabilizing blood sugar levels and avert the adrenaline surge that awakens you. Indicator number 2: cold sweats or overheating. Have you ever awakened feeling clammy, somewhat cold, or soaked in perspiration, despite the room temperature feeling pleasant? This might be your system's method of eliminating excess stress hormones. It's frequently connected to concealed stress or unease. Even if you don't experience unease during the day, your system may be retaining tension that manifests at night. Hormonal imbalances, abrupt fluctuations in cortisol, estrogen, or thyroid function can disrupt your sleep cycle, causing your body temperature to vary erratically. How to rectify it? Maintain your bedroom between 60 to 67 dB, the optimal range for deep sleep. Avoid blue light exposure before bed. Screens can elevate cortisol levels, deceiving your system into perceiving it's daytime. Attempt a few minutes of deep abdominal breathing before sleeping. This aids in regulating cortisol production and reducing stress. Indicator number 3: restlessness and tingling sensations. You shift and turn. You're unable to find a comfortable position. Your legs feel jumpy. Your mind refuses to quiet. And the more you attempt to unwind, the more your physique resists. This might signal a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is among the most vital minerals for relaxing muscles and soothing the neurological system. Without sufficient magnesium, you might experience restless legs, cramps, or a jittery sensation. Overstimulation before bed. If you've been browsing on your phone, viewing intense television programs, or coping with stress prior to bed, your brain may still be in a heightened state of alertness, rendering it impossible to fully decompress. How to rectify it? Incorporate magnesium-rich foods into your diet, such as bananas, spinach, or dark chocolate. Experiment with magnesium glycinate supplements before bed for enhanced relaxation. Establish a tranquil nighttime routine. Dim the illumination, peruse a book, or take a warm shower to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Disregard these indicators at your own peril. Your physique is endeavoring to convey something. If you're observing any of these warning signs, don't dismiss them. These nighttime awakenings aren't merely bothersome. They might be early indications of imbalances that demand attention. However, here's the positive news. There's an age-old science-supported approach that can assist in resetting your system, harmonizing your vitality, and transforming these awakenings into an opportunity for enhanced health. In the subsequent segment, I'll demonstrate precisely how to employ this potent technique, not only to return to sleep more rapidly, but to awaken feeling more revitalized than ever. The enigma of 3 a.m. What science is commencing to unveil. You awaken in the middle of the night. The clock displays 3 a.m. The residence is silent. The world outside is tranquil, yet your mind is unusually sharp. Why does this persist in occurring? Is it merely a disruption in sleep, or something more profound? For centuries, the period between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. has been designated the hour of awakening, a moment when consciousness transitions, inventiveness surges, and concealed thoughts ascend to the forefront. However, here's where it becomes even more intriguing. Science is presently substantiating this age-old conviction. Why does your brain behave distinctively at 3 a.m.? Research indicates that during these early morning hours, your brain enters a distinctive neurological condition, one that's entirely dissimilar from any other time of day. Your subconscious becomes more active. This elucidates why thoughts, recollections, and emotions you've suppressed during the day abruptly emerge. Your brain generates more theta waves. Theta waves are associated with profound meditation, heightened intuition, and creative breakthroughs. Your mind is liberated from daytime distractions. No electronic messages, no social media, no obligations, simply an open space for novel thoughts and realizations. This isn't merely coincidental. Several of the world's most brilliant individuals, including Erasmus Darwin, Albert Einstein, and Henry Ford, intentionally awoke during these hours to capture their most ingenious concepts. The error most individuals commit when they awaken at 3 a.m. The majority of individuals, upon finding themselves awake at this hour, panic. They inspect the clock, become frustrated, and desperately attempt to coerce themselves back to sleep. However, here's the issue. Coercing sleep is never effective. The more you agonize, the more your system discharges cortisol, the stress chemical that renders falling asleep even more challenging. You conclude in a cycle of annoyance, prolonging the wakefulness even further. What should you do instead? Rather than resisting this wake-up call, utilize it to your advantage. Maintain a notepad by your bed. The instant you awaken, document whatever is present in your mind, even if it appears random. Numerous individuals discover that resolutions to problems, inventive ideas, or profound epiphanies occur to them during this time. This clarifies why numerous inventors, artists, and authors employed 3 a.m. as a period for breakthroughs. Pose a question to yourself prior to bed. Before you sleep, provide your brain with a specific question to contemplate. Your subconscious will persist in processing it overnight, and you might awaken with the answer. This technique was employed by scientists like Niels Bohr, who would intentionally awaken at irregular hours to seize ideas before they vanished. Refrain from bright lights and technology. If you reach for your phone, you disrupt the state of subconscious clarity and fully awaken. Instead, remain in the darkness or employ dim lighting if you need to get up. If you desire to unwind back into sleep, attempt listening to pink noise or a gentle guided meditation. Breathe and visualize. Rather than stressing, employ deep breathing to reset your neurological system. Visualize a serene image, waves on a beach, a tranquil forest, a warm glow encompassing you. This assists in guiding your mind back into sleep without the strain of compelling it. What if 3 a.m. is actually your optimal hour? Instead of perceiving your 3 a.m. awakenings as a problem, what if you perceive them as an opportunity? History has demonstrated to us that some of the most profound ideas, creative innovations, and personal revelations emerge not during the chaos of the day, but in the tranquil stillness of early morning. Therefore, tonight, when you awaken again at 3 a.m., don't panic. Pause, breathe, observe your contemplations, document them, perceive what arises. You might just uncover something life-altering. Experiment with this tonight. Subsequently, return and comment below. What did you discover? Sound and physique. The key to returning to sleep swiftly. You awaken once more. 3:42 a.m. You roll over, fluff your pillow, shut your eyes. However, nothing transpires. Your brain is fully alert, replaying yesterday's dialogues, fretting about tomorrow, or simply trapped in an endless loop of arbitrary thoughts. What if the issue isn't solely in your mind, but in your surroundings? What if the key to returning to sleep isn't coercing it, but employing sound to guide your brain back into a state of rest? The science underpinning sound and sleep. Your brain doesn't merely switch on and off like a light. It adheres to rhythms, and specific sounds can gently entice you back into the rhythm of sleep. Studies indicate that auditory stimulation can decelerate brain activity, diminishing overthinking, regulate heart rate and respiration, signaling relaxation, and enhance deep sleep quality, assisting you in awakening more refreshed. Appropriate sounds can function as a bridge between wakefulness and sleep, rendering it simpler to drift off naturally. However, here's the caveat. Not all sounds are beneficial. Certain sounds can actually impede sleep. What to listen to for enhanced sleep? Pink noise, the sound of tranquility. The majority of individuals have heard of white noise, but pink noise is what truly facilitates sleep. It replicates natural, consistent sounds like rainfall, ocean waves, or rustling foliage. In contrast to white noise, which can feel abrasive, pink noise softens high frequencies, rendering it gentler and more soothing. Research has demonstrated that pink noise enhances slow-wave sleep, the deepest, most restorative phase of sleep. Experiment with this. Search for pink noise for sleep on YouTube or a sleep application. Play it at a low volume and permit it to merge into the background. Guided sleep meditations. Allow your mind to unwind. Have you ever noticed how your mind races the instant you attempt to relax? A guided sleep meditation can redirect your thoughts, preventing that descent into rumination. Brief 5 to 10 minute meditations. Concentrate on breathing, bodily relaxation, and mental calmness. A gentle, slow-spoken voice directs your focus away from stress and into a peaceful condition. Numerous meditation applications or YouTube videos provide ad-free sleep meditations designed to gently guide you into unconsciousness. What to do? Attempt a basic body scan meditation where you concentrate on relaxing each section of your physique from head to toe. Your muscles release tension, your respiration decelerates, and sleep ensues naturally. Monotonous audiobooks. A secret technique for the overactive mind. If you're someone who struggles to quiet their thoughts, a low-energy monotonous audiobook might be your ideal sleep aid. Choose a book with a steady, unhurried, undramatic narrator. Refrain from exciting narratives. Adhere to history, nature essays, or instructional books. Maintain the volume just low enough for your brain to follow along, but not loud enough to maintain complete engagement. The secret: your brain becomes bored and commences to drift off organically. It's akin to being read a bedtime story, but for adults. Physique strategies to fall asleep even more rapidly. Sound is potent, but combining it with physical relaxation techniques renders it even more efficacious. Cold hands or feet. Have you ever observed how warm hands and feet assist you in feeling sleepier? That's because blood flow shifts away from your core, signaling your physique to relax. Experiment with this. Rub your hands together, Then cup them over your feet for a few seconds. Your physique will respond by relaxing more quickly. Still experiencing restlessness? Shake it out. Lying still while feeling wired traps tension in your physique. What to do? Gently shake your arms and legs for 10 seconds, then become completely still. This disrupts the restlessness cycle and permits your physique to settle. Respiration too rapid? Reset it with 4-7-8. A racing mind frequently equates to shallow breathing. You need to decelerate it. Breathe in this manner. Inhale deeply through your nostrils for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale gradually through your mouth for 8 seconds. This signals to your neurological system that it's time to sleep. How to implement this effectively tonight? Returning to sleep doesn't have to be a battle. Instead of tossing and turning, allow sound and bodily relaxation to guide you back into profound rest. Experiment with pink noise if you desire consistent, calming background sound. Employ a guided meditation if your thoughts refuse to subside. Listen to a monotonous audiobook if your brain necessitates distraction from excessive thinking. Utilize physique relaxation strategies to aid your system in resetting more rapidly. Tonight, evaluate one of these approaches and observe how it transforms your sleep. If you're prepared to ultimately assume command of your rest, comment, "I'm prepared for enhanced sleep" below, because your evenings are about to become considerably simpler. Now you possess the 5 most crucial actions to take when you awaken between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. However, here's the genuine inquiry. Which one will you experiment with initially? Will you employ sound therapy to reset your brain? Attempt breathing techniques to pacify your neurological system? Or perhaps you'll commence maintaining a journal to unlock your mind's concealed messages. Comment below and inform me. If you found this presentation beneficial, kindly click like and subscribe. It motivates me to persist in sharing valuable perspectives to enhance your evenings and your existence. Sleep soundly, and I'll see you in the subsequent video.